Yo, if you need people to support you, you are probably not gonna make it. I'm gonna repeat that. If you need people to support you, if you need people to get behind you, to support your ideas, to support your business, to, to congratulate you for finally starting that business. If you need that from people, you need that validation. You need that sense of they care about what you're doing. You're probably not gonna make it, or it's probably gonna take you 10 times as long just to finally make it. Why? Well, we're gonna get right into it. Today I kept the outfit super super simple so I could just dive into this and get it out the way. Black shirt. You can wear this with black pants, white pants, gray pants, blue pants, red pants, yellow pants, any color of the rainbow, whatever suits you, right? But I'd most likely just wear this with black jeans. If I'm just wearing the shirt, no watch, no accessories. But again, you could probably wear this with some sick accessories. You got the glasses. You can do a chain, whatever floats your boat. So let's dive right in. A lot of people seem to need other people's support mentally, right? Not like financially, like, hey, I'm gonna buy your first product. Hey, I'm gonna buy, let's say you sell cars. Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy your car, right? If you feel that you really need that and you're gonna give up on everything, you're gonna give up on your dreams, you're not gonna make it. Why? Because you're relying on external sources for validation. Validation could be validation of your business, validation of your talent, validation of your intelligence, validation of your confidence, validation of just you are who you say you are, right? If you really need that from think about this. There are so many people out there. They won't support you until it's popular to support you. So if you're out here waiting for people to support you, waiting, like let's say you're posting every day on social media and you're not getting a lot of likes. So now you start to blame the people that, hey man, you guys, you've been following me and you guys don't even like my stuff. Guess what? They're a lot of times they don't support you because the likes are small, right? You don't have a lot of followers, right? What does that mean? For them, it's not popular to support you yet. But imagine, oh, 100,000 followers, 100,000 likes. Yeah, they're gonna like it right away. They're gonna like it all the time. Like, hey man, good job, man. Yeah, man, keep going, keep it going, right? But is it genuine? So imagine if you are someone who needed that from them, but it's not even genuine, right? Like you buy a fake account and you're posting all of a sudden, right? Like, and now they're like, oh man, yeah, let me like it. Oh, let me repost it because it's already popular. So it's popular to support you. So that's why they're gonna support you, right? I've heard people say, yo, bro, the reason I don't like, I see your stuff all the time. The reason I don't like it is because I just don't want it to seem like I'm, deriding. And for those of you that don't understand that saying, it means like, oh, like I'm obsessed with you, so that's why I'm like always liking your stuff, or you're too much of a fan, you're too much of a supporter, right? Like, let's say if you pay attention to sports, so Messi and Ronaldo, the fans a lot of times they'll fight, right? And they're like, oh man, like you're just a fanboy. So essentially, you're a fanboy, right? If that's a better term. So they were like, yeah, man, the reason I don't really like your stuff is because I don't want to seem like a fanboy. I'm just like, look, me personally, I don't care. I'm at a stage where I'm past that stage. I don't really care too much about the likes. Do I pay attention? Of course I do, but I don't really care, right? Because I understand it's gonna come regardless. It's gonna come later on. That I'm not too worried about right now. Like these videos, I've been uploading a daily YouTube video for more than 30 days now. Imagine I cared about how many views they were getting. Imagine I cared about how many likes they were getting. What am I going to do? I'm probably going to start to feel bad because they're not growing. But I understand that over time that's going to come, especially on a platform like YouTube. A year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, I'm paying attention to the audience size I'm going to have, the type of people that are going to be paying attention to my content. Those are some of the things that I'm paying attention to. Now, this is just speaking about content. Same with business. I've been this way since I was let's say a kid, right? Mm, mm, mm. You gotta love water. But I've never asked, right? Like I hate asking for support. I hate asking for money. I hate asking for literally anything from anybody. Now, why am I this way? Well, I don't know. I'm the oldest child, so when you're the oldest child, a lot of times you grow up with your parents, right? The type of way they treat their, your younger siblings, they don't treat you the same way. And it's not to say it's like something against you. It's just like you're the firstborn, so they expect you to be more responsible. They expect you to be more able to fend for yourself because you're the oldest, right? You're supposed to follow their lead and lead by example, you know. So there's that side of it. But going back to the main topic, if you need people to support you, you're most likely not going to make it, right? So there's a saying that I saw the other day, and it says, people lose discipline, champions lose people. Again, people lose discipline, champions lose people. People lose discipline, champions lose people. Now, let me break down what I believe the quote is trying to say. Over time, you being a champion, having that champion mentality, doing whatever you need to do to get to the next level, regardless of what you need to sacrifice, regardless of the people you need to sacrifice. Well, you have the champion mindset. So because you're always looking to get looking to get to the next level, regardless of what it's going to take, regardless of the people in your life, regardless of what needs to be sacrificed, well, guess what? You're going to lose people. You're going to lose that relationship. You're going to lose, you're like, part of you is going to want to cut out the things that are unnecessary, because your mindset is, you're always like analyzing, right? Like you're always analyzing your life. You're always like, okay, how can I perform better? What is holding me back right now? What is keeping me from getting to the next level? What is keeping me from making the move that I need to make? Right? You're always analyzing that. And it's I heard this the other day. It's like you have like an 80-20 view of everything. What is the 20% that I need to cut out? Or what is the 80%, right? Like you're always balancing things in your mind where it's like, man, do I really need this relationship right now? Right? Do I really need this friendship? Do I really need this car? Do I really need these clothes? What can I sell? Right? Let's say you're in a situation where you need money. You're probably like, what can I sell? What can I get rid of? What can I not need, right? Like what in my house? What in my room? What in my apartment that I don't need that I could sell? Your mind is always racing like that. And it's important that it is, but that's if you have that champion mentality. Now, people and champions are two different things. So people lose discipline. Why do people lose discipline? Well, like unlike the champion, they try to have everything. They want all the friends. They want the relationship to, it needs to work. It needs to work. Please, can you just support me? Right? Like, please support me. This and that, right? They need it to work. They need the people. They need their family to get behind them. Right? If you're not able to get done what needs to get done without other people's input, without other people's support, it's going to get difficult for you to go hard when you lose your first client, when you mess up the first job, when you mess up the next job. Oh my goodness, I need money. You get into the mentality of not solving the problem. You get into the mentality of you're not able to keep going regardless of the setback, because you needed other people to push you. Is it easy to be that way? Of course not. Absolutely not. It's not easy to not need to rely on other people. Even if you don't have the money, and if I keep freaking, it's because I can see my face and like my freaking mouth keeps getting chapped. So the reason so many people fail in setbacks, the gym, literally any type of thing where they get set back and now they lost track, right? Like they were making progress in the gym, but then they started binge eating, or they were making progress in the gym, then they just stopped going, right? Why did that happen? Well, because part of them needed an external validation. They needed something external in order for them to keep going. You need to get to the point where you don't need anything external in order to get what needs to get done, right? Because so much needs doing, so much work needs doing right now. Probably you're watching this video and you can think of at least 5 different things that needs to get done that you are probably not doing, because you're allowing other people or other things to get in the way, and you're not willing to cut them out. You're not willing to uninstall the games on your phone. You're not willing to sell your PlayStation 5, right? You're not willing to sell the TV. You're not willing to do what needs to get done, sacrifice what needs to be sacrificed. Think about this. You sell that PS5, you sell the Xbox, you sell the gaming PC, whatever it is, that doesn't mean you're never gonna get it back. Because now you're making $5,000 a month. You're making $10,000 a month. You could buy another PS5 if you want. You could buy 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 of them if you want. So look, like, so many people, it's kind of like even when you're binge watching movies and you feel like you need to binge watch movies, or you need to watch a movie every night or something like that. The movie's not gonna go away, right? Like, we're in an era where we can watch stuff from 30 years ago if we want to. So imagine sacrificing 5 years, no entertainment, and it's not easy. I'm not telling you it's going to be something that's easy to do. You still want the entertainment. So imagine sacrificing 5 years of entertainment, a year of entertainment, 2, 3 years of entertainment. You're still going to get to watch all those shows, all those movies, the series, the anime, the cartoon, whatever it is. You're still going to get to watch them years later because they're online. So if you're not willing to even the games that are probably on your phone, you're still going to get to play them. It's interesting how very few people think this way. Like, this is probably the first time you're thinking this way. A lot of the stuff you're watching right now that you feel like, oh man, like that new episode is going to come out, I can't miss it. You can miss it because it's not like it's going to go away. Because we're in the era, like, it's changed, right? Back then when I was growing up, like when I was 5, 10, 15 years old, watching TV, if you missed the episode, you have to wait a whole week. You probably have to wait a whole month just to see it again. Just to see it. Right? But things are different now. You can miss the episode. You can miss the movie. You can miss it. And you can watch it next week. You can watch it tomorrow. You can watch it a year from now if you want. 5 years from now if you want. I saw this from JT Fox. I think it was a show or a series called The Sopranos. And his mentor, I think, if I'm recalling the story correctly, they were like, hey, The Sopranos are on tonight. Come over and watch, or something like that. He said no. They said, why? You're always working. It's a Sunday night. Come watch the movie with us. He's like, or come watch with us. He's like, no. I still have more work to do. And you know what he did? When he made his first million, or when he, whatever the goal he said in the video, he said, when I did, let's say it was his first million, he said, when I made my first million, I bought the whole set. He bought every episode, every CD, every album, whatever it was of the movie, of the series, right? So he made his first million and he rewarded himself by buying the whole series and watching it through and through. So he didn't miss it. He didn't miss the series because he was still able to watch it when he made his first million. Imagine playing GTA 5 and you actually have $1 million in the bank. You can actually buy the car that you're driving around in the game. GTA 5 is not going to go anywhere. GTA 6 is not going to go anywhere. Right? Going back to the main topic, if you need people to support you, you are most likely not going to make it. Right? So, the champions. Right? So, this is another statement for the champion side. Right? Consistency and being so ruthless will crumble almost any opponent. And it will also make people slowly remove themselves out of your lives, out of your life. Right? Your woman, she might see that, man, like, this guy, he doesn't need me. He doesn't need me in his life. Now, some will stick around because of that. Some, they're going to get fearful because of that. For them, it's like, wow, like, this dude's like, he's nonstop. He's always pushing. He's always going hard. He's always going 100 miles an hour. I can't stick. I can't be with him. I can't be in that life. This guy wants this, and I'm perfectly fine here. So many people in relationships, their partner holds them back. And what I mean by this is their partner's like, you don't need to work out today. You work out every day already. You don't need to eat healthy every day. Just have a let's say have a cake once a week. Right? You don't need to go to work every day. We make enough money. You're going to start to hear those complaints over and over, and at some point you're going to be like, you're right. I don't have to go to the gym today. I could just go tomorrow. I could take a week off. You're right. I don't have to eat steak and not eat any carbs or whatever the diet is, right? Like you're on a strict diet. No, I don't have to do that today, honey. You're right. You're right. I could just eat the cake. Oh, you made this. You made sweets. Oh, great. Next thing you know, you're not as lean anymore. Next thing you know, you're not as in shape anymore. You're not as attractive anymore. Right? And then guess what? You stop being that dude that you were at the beginning, right? Like you were in shape, strict diet, strict workout routine. You won't put anything aside for it. Right? And guess what? Those other guys are lapping you. She starts to get attracted to those other guys. Think about that. Think real deep about that. Right? Think real deep about that. She told you didn't need to go to the gym every day. You agreed. She told you didn't need to stay to a strict diet. You agreed. But then you stopped looking as attractive. And this isn't at once. This is over time. This is over a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. Think about that. None of this happens instantly. But when you have that champion mentality, right? Your consistency and just being so ruthless about your goals, about your mission, about your vision, about your task, about what needs to get done. The people around you, they will either get on board or they will get out of your way. And for your opponents, if you keep getting up and you keep pushing, you keep getting up, punch after punch, you keep getting up, at some point they're gonna get like, man, like no matter what I do, this guy he just won't stay down. And it starts to mess with them mentally. And then they start to crumble. And then your punches start hitting, your punches start hitting, your punches start hitting. And what happens? Well, you won the fight. Think about that. Think about that. That champion mentality is not everybody has it. Not everybody will have it. And it's absolutely necessary for you to have it if you truly want to be a champion. That's why when you're at the top, most people will try to tear you down because you remind them of something that they chose to give up on. Think about that statement right there, right? Once you finally make it, right? Make it. You finally get the car. You finally get the house. You finally get to live the lifestyle that you want, right? You're in a new country every few months, right? Once you finally make it, whatever that is for you, a lot of people will tear you down because you remind them of something that they chose to give up on. Be humble. Why you flex all the time? You don't need to flex. And think about this. They think you're flexing. For you, you're just enjoying your life, driving your car, taking trips, eating expensive dinners, and you're just sharing it with the world, right? You just like to share, hey guys, this is what I'm eating today. This is what I'm driving today, right? Even if it's a rental, think about this. You're comfortable renting cars. that they can't even afford to rent. So they'll make fun of you renting cars when they can't afford to rent the same car. Think about that. I've seen it all the time where people are like, oh, this dude, this is just a rental car. It's just a rental car. Okay, but you're hating on the fact that he rented a car when you can't even rent the car. Huh. You're making fun of the fact that he's just staying at a fancy Airbnb when you can't even afford to stay at that fancy Airbnb. It's very interesting when you actually start to look at how people hate. They tell you to stay humble. Be humble. Ah, don't, just because you made this money doesn't mean you need to put it in our face, right? I could say that I'm still struggling to understand this. But to me, whenever someone tells you to be humble, they're just telling you to quiet down so that you and your achievements and your success doesn't hurt their feelings. Now, I could be wrong about that, but at this stage in life, that's currently how I view it. Whenever somebody tells you, oh, dude, you should be humble, apart from being grateful, right? You could be grateful and have gratitude and be thankful that you have what you have because you understand that others don't have it. But when someone tells you to be humble, dude, you should be humble. Dude, why are you flexing? Right? Why you don't need to show your muscles all the time. You're always showing your muscles. Huh. Interesting. Why don't you do that? Why don't you have muscles to flex all the time? Ah. So because I worked hard and you didn't and you're not willing to, part of you feels inferior, right? Part of you probably gets mad at that fact. Now, I could be completely wrong. I could be interpreting the whole situation the wrong way. But I don't need to tone myself down for your feelings when you're choosing not to do the work. I worked hard, so I'll show it off if I want to. It's for me. It's my car, it's my house, it's my body, right? It's my expensive watch, it's my nice suit, right? Like, you got to understand. If you've earned it, you are completely allowed to show it off. Don't quiet yourself down simply because of other people's feelings being hurt by your achievements. When you're a champion, you don't concern yourself with that stuff. You're going after the next trophy, the next trophy, the next trophy, the next trophy, the next trophy. And you don't stop. You keep going. It's endless. It's endless. It's endless. And so a lot of my content, a lot of what I do is just simply me documenting the current phase that I'm at in my life, right? Like, this is just my current understanding of the world, my current understanding of things, and me ensuring that I get to where I want to get to. And I can look back at these videos, right? Like, I'm not just trying to teach you guys something to where I'm like, yeah, like, let me teach you guys so I can make money, this and that. Like, even though we're launching this community and you guys can be a part of the community and you can learn what I'm learning, exactly how I'm learning it, and you can implement the strategies and all that stuff to get yourself clients, to build your social media presence, to start making money online if you haven't done so yet. That's fine. You're perfectly capable of that, right? But a huge portion of my YouTube videos is for you guys to understand how I'm currently thinking. And as the business starts to pick up more and more, I'm gonna be documenting the current levels of stress, the current levels of thinking, the current levels of struggle, the current levels of, just problems that are starting to be faced at X, Y, and Z dollar amount, X, Y, and Z dollar amount, so that you guys can understand that and take those lessons, because I'm paving the way, more or less, right? So a big portion of everything is just paying attention, studying the greats, making sure that you can surpass them one day, right? And so having this mentality, it's built brick by brick, brick by brick. And if you don't feel overly confident in yourself, feel extremely powerful in yourself, you need to do things in order to feel that way. You need to do things that will make you feel strong. And you can start by building your body so that you have that level of confidence, that level of self-love. Trust me, when I look at my body in the mirror, I smile. Shirt on, shirt off, I smile because I look the way I want to look. And so it makes me smile. Very few people can say that. Very few people can do that. Very few people can admit to that. A huge portion or a huge reason as to why you're unhappy is because you just don't like the way that you look when you look at yourself in the mirror. It's simple as that. You don't like the way that you look when you look at yourself in the mirror. So start there. I think that's a start there. Start there because that will start to build the confidence financially, physically, mentally. Like once you start to look good, you just start to feel different about yourself. I could fit this shirt way more. Like when I'm standing, you can see how it starts to like shape the chest, right? Because I'm sitting, so it's like that. But when I'm standing, you see how it just shapes. So I know I could be more, a little bit more bigger, and then I can feel the shirt even more, of course. And I'm gonna get there, one step at a time, brick by brick is how we build. Look, I don't want to hold you guys any longer if you're still watching. So I hope this video brought something to you. And, you know, you need to love the fact that you get to build yourself just like you get to build your business, just like you get to build your income. You need to become exceptional mentally, physically, financially. Do it. Do it at every stage. At every stage. So make sure you guys hit that sub. I'll see you on the next one.